Hey everybody, my name's Brittany. I've been studying the Bible since April 2017, and when I first started, I knew nothing about it. It was a lot of information, it was overwhelming, sometimes even stressful, so I wanted to start a Bible for Beginners Bible study. Last week we talked about Ezra, and so this week we're going to cover Nehemiah. So the people are going back to rebuild the temple to the Lord after they've been captivated by Babylon. Let's see here. Yeah. So Ezra's already taken people back to their land, and Nehemiah hears about it, and hears about the Jewish people going back and trying to rebuild the temple. But he also heard that the walls and gates were broken. So he prayed to God and went to King Artaxerxes, who allowed him to go to Judah and help rebuild the temple. And he also gave him letters for safe passage and gave him timber to help rebuild it, because the journey there was not the safest. He went on a secret journey at night to inspect the walls and then started work. He organized it nicely to where all the families would rebuild the parts of the town beside their houses. So it'd be like you rebuilding your own little yard, right? Throughout this, many people tried to stop him. Even people close to him, they'd pick on him a lot, and one of the quotes is like, even a pig could tear down those walls, or something along those lines. It was some kind of animal, I think it was a pig. It's saying how weak his walls were and everything. Some tried to lure him away from camp so that they could kill him, so that this would stop. But he never listened to anybody. He posted guards for protection, and the workers would work with one hand and have a sword in the other for protection. And they would take different shifts so that the land was always protected. There was always people working. And so it'd be like first, second, third shift now. Sorry. Oh. So Nehemiah was the governor of this land that they're building, but he didn't do everything a governor normally does. He did not take food rations from his people because he felt like it put too much pressure on them. These people are very poor. They're starting from scratch, basically, and trying to, get their crops going, get their livestock going. So it was very, very poor people doing all this work. He had asked families to move back into the city after the wall was finished, and told them that he would protect them. The list of these families is in chapter 7. So now the wall is done. The people are living in the city. Now chapter 8. Chapter 8 is where all the people start to turn back to God. Ezra came back and read the book, the Law of Moses. All the people agreed to follow all of God's commands. They agreed to do all the festivals, the feasts, the offering, and making atonement for all their sins. They went through, just like in the beginning, they purified the priest, the gates, the walls, everything. But Nehemiah's work wasn't over yet. People still weren't following the laws exactly. They were still selling and trading on Sabbath because they were so poor. They were just trying to make ends meet. And they were also still marrying the foreign women, which we talked about last week, and how when a godly man marries a foreign woman, those foreign women's gods kind of get into the godly man and kind of make him sway away from God, right? and how they exiled all of them. Well, apparently they did not exile all of them because it was still going on. Next week is a big week. Next week is Job, and I studied Job for 6 weeks. I think I watched and listened to numerous videos and studies and everything on Job. And while it seems really cut and dry, there is so much in there. It's a great book, not that long, so it's decently easy to read for me at least. So it was, but it's got a lot of good information in it. So I can't wait to see you guys next week. Have a great week. God bless.